All right. Hello and welcome to our last SQUAWK of the year. Today we are going to celebrate our class of 22 with the ENU seniors sharing some memories. In the hot seats today we have Mason, John, and MJ. Let's just get right into it. And what are your immediate plans right after graduation?
I would say right after graduation, my plans are to get a job, just start working and saving up money, and yeah, that's about it.
I would have to say my immediate plans after high school would probably be about same with MJ. Get a job, crank down, get some money, and then just get ready to go off to college and live the college life.
So my immediate plan as soon as I graduate is I already have a job. I've been working at Walmart for like 2 years. So I'm going to just change my work schedule, and I totaled it all up, and I'll be bringing in like $1,000 every 2 weeks. So I'm ready and excited for that. And then just kind of, living the summer life of hanging out with my family, friends, and having a great time before I head off to college.
All right. Were these the same plans you guys had in the beginning when you guys first started high school?
To be honest, with high school, there's been a lot of things that have went on. We've had to deal with COVID. We've had to deal with, with our football seasons, they've been cut short. We've had to deal with, coaches passing away, us losing teammates. We've had to deal with a lot through our high school career, and, even more upon that with more personal stuff. And so with all this, it's more of a thing is like, I didn't necessarily know where I was going to be at, but I knew I kind of had like a layout of where I wanted to be at, and it's here right now.
What about you, John and MJ?
I would have to kind of agree with Mason, with like he was mentioning, our football seasons, because we all three played football, it was a roller coaster our sophomore and junior year. And this year was kind of the first year that was actually kind of like back to the normal, and it felt like how it used to be. And, like Mason also mentioned, a lot of personal stuff has happened in all of our lives that, impacted us in different ways, and, kind of shifted in a direction that, me personally speaking, kind of shifted me in a, kind of a bad place, but then, now I'm starting to get back to where, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to get my life back together. I'm ready to, be like how I used to, and, get back out there and, continue how I used to when I was 14, 15, working at that age, making the money that I was, so.
MJ?
I would say from freshman year to now, I don't think I would see myself where I'm at. Like, I read a letter that I wrote to myself in 5th grade, and even then I just had a different view from then to freshman year, and then from freshman year to now. I thought I'd be, starting to play somewhere in the spring, football, basketball, anything, but I'm kind of glad I took a different route and just going to school, get to work on myself and get to see what's life without sports, and just mentally I think I'll be better and my body can improve because I'll just be working out and not tearing it down with football or playing basketball.
And with all of your guys' answers, I see you guys mentioning a lot of emotions. Like, it seems like you guys been through an emotional roller coaster this your guys' high school career. Is there anything you're excited about? Anything you're looking forward to? Maybe not right after you graduate, maybe in the coming year, something you have planned or anything?
My main thing is, with being in Olathe, because I've lived here my whole life, with being in Olathe, it's practically, it's been like, it feels like I've kind of been in the same spot, doing like the same different things. And from elementary school, it was just the basics of, hey, you go to school, you might come home, do some homework, you play the game, you go outside. And it's different just because, now that I'm 18, I got to go to work and all this other, extra stuff as well, fill out stuff for college, scholarships. But, I'm kind of ready to start a new chapter in my life just to be like, hey, I've been here my whole life. I kind of want to see what this feels like and how strong I am as an individual to be able to go out there and show my family and show everybody else that I can make it in this world.
Yeah, so pretty much, um, I'm just, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to go to college, go out to Wichita, and go to Wichita State because, I was born in Colorado. I lived out there for about 4 years, and then, my parents worked, moved us out here, and I've been here since kindergarten. It's going to be tough saying goodbye to some of the people here, especially these two guys sitting here with me. I've known MJ since kindergarten. We've played basketball all the way back then, and then Mason from middle school playing against him when he was at FT. And, it's just, like Mason said, lived here my whole life, pretty much done everything you can think of in Olathe. And it's getting boring, but, the people here are definitely going to be hard to say goodbye to. But, like he said, I'm also ready to start a new chapter and, step into adulthood and, figure out what my life's going to be like when I'm by myself, and hopefully, if I start a family and stuff like that, so I get that feeling of what that's going to be like.
MJ?
I would say I'm excited about just trying new things. I've been in Olathe 18 years, never really lived anywhere else, so I'm going to Arkansas to experience new things. It's a beautiful place out there. It's more of an outdoorsy place. Go to the lake and get to see a lot of different nature things. And I've always been an indoors kind of person, so hopefully I can go down there and just try out new things, new experiences, get to meet new people. That's really what I'm excited about.
All right, and I know I've been asking you guys a lot about your future and stuff, but I have one more question. It's actually on the script. How do you guys see yourself when you guys are as old as Mr. Lane?
Okay, so I'll start it off. When I'm, Mr. Lane's age, honestly, I hope to be, by that time, I hope to have my doctorate degree and be working as a marine biologist somewhere, doing some type of fancy research, number one, to collect the money. But, to also show people that, sometimes life is going to beat you up and tear you down and everything, but you kind of have to build yourself back up to show that, you are, stronger than, because sometimes in your thoughts you're going to be like, hey, I don't want to do this and everything like that. And you are stronger than you really perceive yourself to be just because, you can fight through all this and you're still here. And honestly, I'm ready to, by that time I hope to have my own family, hope to have a wife and a bunch of D1 babies running around. So, I'm kind of ready for all these steps in life, and, you kind of just have to take it day by day. And by taking it day by day, that's where you're going to figure out, all the little individual pieces, bits and pieces that are going to fit into this puzzle by that time.
To answer your question, to be honest, I don't really know what my future is going to be like at Mr. Lane's age, but if I had to, give you an answer, I would probably say, hopefully have a family, have some kids of my own, and then, they have their grandchildren and stuff like that, being the, I just kind of, want to relive what my grandfather did and be this great family man that he was to the entire family. He was a big part of my family, and having him gone, it would be nice to have somebody like that again in the family, and then, maybe work at the career that I'm chasing, going to Wichita State, be something in communications, be on a broadcast, or, be a sports analyst or something like that, and, just pursue what I want to do, and hopefully it sticks with me in the long run.
MJ?
By that time, I would say I want to be like a coach or like a sports agent, real life, I just want to take care of my family. By that age, I just want to have enough money to have my brother be set, my mom be set, my grandparents. I just want everybody to be set in my family. And, I'm a big family guy, but I don't think I would want my own family. I'm an independent person, so I just want to have others rely on me and count on me than going out looking for a wife and having kids. Just I stay to myself and maybe come back to North or go somewhere else and get a coaching job where whether it's football, basketball, baseball, it don't really matter. I just want to impact people, like be that voice that I had a lot of them growing up and all my coaches. So I want to be impactful in that way for young black men and just kids in general.
I see you guys talking a lot about your jobs or like your families. Is there any passions that you guys didn't get to explore here in high school that you're planning on following after?
So for some passions and everything, in high school, I've kind of done a little bit of everything, and I mean, there's some sports that are, I'm like, all right, I could have tried that, but, like with me, it was a mixture of playing football, going to wrestling practice, and then I had track. So those are the things I really took on my time. And then in between that, you had to study. You wanted to go hang out with the boys, go have a good time, and a lot of other things. And I mean, there's some different things that I could have taken different like outlooks on them and things like that might have helped me in the long run. But honestly, everything that's kind of happened to me in high school, I mean, I'm kind of glad that it happened now and didn't happen, it might not happen in the future. So you can learn from those mistakes that you have.
Yeah, I've pretty much fulfilled a lot of my passions with football, going to state sophomore year, not many people that in high school sports can really say that they competed for a state championship. And us taking second was still amazing, And then freshman year of track, I was so close to making state. That was definitely a big thing on me. And then bowling. Junior year, I went to go participate in the state championship, and that was also a passion of mine because the prior year I missed by one spot. So, I've pretty much fulfilled all my passions in high school, and I really wouldn't change it for anything else. I met a lot of great people, a lot of people that made a lot of impact on me. All my friends are like brothers to me. It's just like you build that bond, and you never want to let it go. So yeah, I've fulfilled all my passions and met everybody that I want to keep in my life.
MJ?
I would say, football and basketball, very passionate about those things, and it was big, especially for basketball, to make it to the state tournament my senior year. Like freshman year, I would tell everybody like it's gonna happen, and not a lot of people believed in that, and so I was just proud that it happened. And one thing that I do wish like I pursued more, like I'm very passionate about music, and like in my spare time, just with the friends, we'll joke around and rap or whatever, and it'd be pretty good when I do it. And I just wish like I actually did more with music and maybe tried to actually make my own songs and stuff.
Now I hear that you guys did a lot of stuff, and that's a good thing. But I had a question about the opportunities you guys had. How did COVID affect all of that with all your high school career? I know it took a whole year and then some of the next one. So
Yeah, so for me, in a sports way, honestly, I mean, it kind of, in a way, it helped a little bit, but also at the same time, it was a bunch of lost time that, you were having to deal with your mental state at that time. That's what everybody was dealing with around COVID. Everybody was trying to, figure out, hey, am I going to get up out of bed today? Everybody's having to deal with all these different things. And so with dealing with all these different things, you're more thinking on, hey, is my family going to be okay for this week? Is everybody going to be okay? And so there was some things that were definitely put on the back burner for me. And I mean, in track, it's not that I'm doing bad, but if I had an extra year under my belt, I felt like it could have helped in this year because I have potential to go to state this year in shot put. But I feel like if, I had that extra year of track my sophomore year, I could have been more ahead of the game than I already am. And football-wise, yeah, during the COVID season, I was still strong and everything like that, but I also lost quite a bit of strength because I was having to deal with my family, my friends, my own emotions and everything of the sort. So there were some opportunities that were definitely lost and everything, but just from COVID, it's made me stronger as an individual, which that's one blessing I know that I've had. So.
Yeah, I would have to say a big opportunity was lost my sophomore year. Coming into sophomore year for track, my freshman year was outstanding, and we were practicing right before they said school was canceled the rest of the year, and I remember I cried a little bit because I was feeling really good about the season. Practice was going extremely well. I was feeling so much better. I felt more stamina within me. And then, just hearing that news that, we're not going to have a track season kind of really crushed me a little bit. And, over COVID, I did not take care of myself. I'll admit that. I probably put on a solid 20 pounds. And I came into junior year, the heaviest I've ever been is 153 pounds, which doesn't sound a lot, but to me, that's, it was kind of big for me, and, but then, the opportunity came to, get back into shape. Football, it was a little struggle, but, we handled it pretty well, and I, got myself back to where I wanted to be, feeling good, doing well, and then, just a lot of opportunities with sports, hanging out with friends, and just seeing family members, opportunities were taken away from all of us. And, like Mason said, if we could take all that back, we definitely probably would.
Yeah, I mean, that COVID, it was tough because holidays would come and we couldn't really go see our family, and that's one big thing, like the opportunities with family. And some of that time, family members were dying that time, so opportunities like that to see them one last time kind of were taken away, because especially if I was playing football at the time, so I couldn't even go to my grandparents' house. Like, I couldn't go inside their house. I had to stand outside and talk to them with a mask on, and that was tough. Like, I love my grandparents and all the rest of my family, giving them hugs and just laughing and having fun with them. So a lot of opportunities were taken away with COVID. The sports thing, didn't really get a summer with basketball because it was an indoor sport and they didn't really know how that was going to work. So we had to practice outdoors and didn't get a summer league. And it was really big for me because, like, going into my junior year, I was, like, supposed to, be varsity this year. And it kind of sucked because I couldn't really show the coaches over the summer. And then going into basketball season, I was just coming off of football, so my strengths weren't there all the way. But COVID really hurt mentally, hurt me more mentally than physically, because I was in the best shape of my life. But mentally, I was just drained and wanted to be with my family.
Now, I heard a lot of you guys, or at least you two, John and MJ, say that COVID took a lot of opportunities away from you guys, and then you're going into college and stuff in your future. Is there anything on your bucket list, something that you 100% want to get done in the future?
Some main things I would like to get done in the future. Honestly, I've said this since I've been 6 years old. I remember I was on a little same broadcasting setup and everything. I was on this little thing, and it had a desk that we usually have, and they asked me one question, Mason, what do you want to be in 30 years? And the main thing I said was to be successful and make sure my family is set for the rest of your life. Because, honestly, your family is what's going to get you through this world. Family and friends, those are the people that are going to have your back no matter what. And that's kind of what I'm built upon. And with those, it's kind of a thing is you have to be just about ready for anything. And with my bucket list, I have a lot of things I want to go do. I want to go see. I want to go to Las Vegas. I want to go to Niagara Falls. I want to go to all these crazy different spots and everything. And I kind of just want to travel before I officially like settle down and have a family. So mine's practically just based upon traveling and having a great time.
Yeah, I've got quite a bit on my bucket list. But like before that, I just want to make sure, just like Mason said, I want to be able to take care of my family and provide for like they have been for me for the past 18 years. If I ever needed something, they were always there. Because one day, you won't have them anymore, and you're always going to remember the things they did for you. So I want to give back before that time comes. And then some things on my bucket list. I got extremely fortunate. One of my big things was going across seas and like seeing different countries and stuff like that. And I got the opportunity to bowl for the United States team, and we're traveling out to London and Scotland. And London was always a place I wanted to visit just because of the beautiful sights and everything. And Scotland has such rich history and stuff like that. So, I'm excited for that. I definitely want to go see the ocean again. It's just so beautiful because, I've only been to the ocean once, and, I was about 5 years ago. And, I've just been wanting to go back ever since. And, of course, I want to visit Las Vegas as well. Spend some money, hopefully get a little bit lucky in the slot machines. Who knows? But, there's a lot of things. Definitely want to travel a lot and just, raise a family.
I would say on my bucket list is being a D1 athlete. Everybody in my family and coaches and just everybody out there, everyone's path is different. I'm going to school just to go to school, but I'm going to try to, be a manager and then walk on, see whatever happens. And if I make the team, I'm going to make the most out of my opportunities. Ever since I was a little kid, I've wanted to be a D1 athlete. It switched from basketball to football, but that's just another way to, make my family happy. Just do something that they love to watch and something I love to play. So I would just say on my bucket list is being a Division I athlete.
All right. Well, I hope you guys have a good luck, going into your future, graduating, going to college for those that are, and with your bucket list. To close up, I'm going to have one last question, and it's, where do you see the E-News team's future here at Olathe North?
Honestly, it was when I first entered this class, I had no idea what I was doing. I'm like, you can ask MJ. MJ was lost. John was lost. I was lost. We had no idea what we were doing. We're over here like, huh? So, with this class, honestly, I think we have a really bright future, because we've all tinkered with some things this year. I had my own music packages. I even used a green screen, and I didn't even know how to use a green screen at first, so I'm not even going to lie to you. But so, everybody tinkered with a lot of different things. We even went to like our own like convention type of thing earlier this year at KU, and honestly, it kind of gave me like another like second choice. Like if I really wanted to do something else, I feel like I could hop into that. So I feel like this class definitely has amazing potential, and especially with the greatest teacher alive, Mr. Lane. So he'll teach you all the little things, even though he might forget sometimes, and you might have to remind him. But don't worry, he's got you covered.
And don't forget, you have to be a little loud with them too. But it's got a bright future. Especially, because when I first came here, I didn't even know we had a news team. I didn't even know it was a thing. And, I would look up at the screen, I'm like, what is that? And you can't hear anything out of it, so you're just like looking at it and you're just like, what are they talking about,
Right.
But, now I'm behind the scenes and I'm actually seeing and being a part of what's going on, and it's actually kind of interesting to learn, and, it's actually a good skill to have. Just in case something comes up and you have to be in front of a camera, you're prepared, you build that confidence up, and, you're able to talk without stuttering. It actually does teach a lot with speech, and, being able to stutter and get over the fear factor of being in front of the camera. And especially for, us guys that, want to become those athletes, we got to be able to handle, being in front of a camera, being asked questions, And definitely with that, it taught us a lot. And, obviously, like Mason said, Mr. Lane, great teacher, probably one of the best teachers I had in all of my 4 years. He's taught me a lot. It's kind of crazy. The information I have from this class about cameras, video production, images, it just taught me so much, and I'm very blessed that I chose this class.
I just want to say shout out to Juan. Maddie used to be in the back all the time, doing her thing and helping us out, and Mr. Lane, because you guys are really the future of this class, because we're all gone. And I just want to say, like, this class has helped me, learn different things, because a thing in my future also is I kind of wanted to do something like YouTube and using all these different, like, things to create videos has helped me, and I can take like that and show it in my YouTube videos using Final Cut and other softwares like that. And it's just been real cool to be in this class, and I think anybody watching this, you guys should try to join this class. It'll actually help you and learn different things, and just gets to see, like, if you want to go into broadcasting or YouTube or doing a podcast, anything like that, you should join a class like this, because it will really help you out.
All right. Before we close up, I just want to say thank you to you guys. I'm about to be a senior myself next year, so it was fun listening to your guys' stories and the advice that you've given. Thanks to all our guests, and for the E-News family, congratulations to our 2022 graduates.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Olathe North.
Have a good one.